Okay, lesson 14, how to eat an Oreo. So we have actually already done some how-to books in class. We did how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then they've been working on how-to books themselves. And I've noticed time and again that there are a few students who are really struggling with the concept of steps, step 1, 2, 3, first, then, next, last, that kind of thing. So maybe they're saying, oh, I'm going to write a story about how to build a house out of Legos. Step 1, here is a picture of me, or here is me building a house. And they don't understand that those aren't actual steps. So I would start by talking about Oreos and sitting everybody down, and maybe having Oreos here and say, so we've recently done our stories, our how-to books on how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then some of you went off and did your own how-to books. And today we're all going to write about the same thing, but it's going to be how to eat an Oreo. And I'm sure you've all eaten an Oreo, right? Yeah. Well, what do you think would be the first step on how to eat an Oreo? And then I'd take some hands, probably things like, oh, what do you do? Oh, you dip it in milk. Oh, you put it in milk. Does everybody here put it in milk? And then we'd see that some hands don't raise. Oh, you don't. Why don't you put yours in milk? What do you do first? Oh, I just bite into it. Or maybe another student would say, oh, I twist the top off. So we'd kind of make it an open discussion where we can all talk a little bit about the different ways that people eat Oreos, because everybody kind of eats them differently. And then what I would do then after hearing all these different ideas, I would say, oh, okay, so you are going to write your how to eat an Oreo book in case other people don't eat them the same way that you do. So I'm going to hand you your same writing, they have writing folders normally. I will hand you some new writing pages to go in your writing folder, but you'll notice that these writing pages are a little bit different, aren't they? Can you see that? And I would put this on the board so everybody can see. Yeah, does that kind of look like an Oreo to you? A little bit, yeah? So this is our first page. You see what it says right there? It says first. So what I want you to do when you get to your writing folder is put a big number 1 on that page. And then the second page, does anybody know what that word says? Yeah. Then, that's right. So, step 2. And the last step. And what does it say there? Oh, it says last, because it's the last one, isn't it? So you are going to write your own how to make an Oreo how-to book, just like that. See? So if it was, let's say, and I would use an example that wasn't specifically Oreos so that nobody just hears that and goes, that's what I'm going to write. So I'd say, so for example, if it was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, maybe I could say, first, get the peanut butter, jelly, and bread. Then, put the peanut butter and the jelly on the bread. Last, what could I do last? Maybe some would say, put the bread together. Maybe some would say, eat the sandwich. And I'd say, yeah, those things work, don't they? So there's more than one way that you can write this how-to book, isn't there? There's not one correct way. So when you go to your writing folder and you write your how to eat an Oreo, we'll all look at each other's how-to books. We'll see if anybody eats an Oreo different than how we do. And then I have Oreos with me. They would have seen them sitting on my desk by this point, and I'd say, and then we'll try to eat them. Unfortunately, we don't have milk. I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to bring milk into the classroom. So we won't be able to dunk them like some of you like to, but then you can all eat some Oreos. And once again, we are almost perfect on time. So that is the Oreo how-to lesson, and just the only other thing would be once they're all done, we'd come back as a group and take examples. So I would listen to, I'd ask them while they're writing. That's normally what I do is I'll walk up and say, oh, I noticed you did this or that. Do you mind if I show this? And then I'd come back, bring up some examples, raise hands, and we'd talk about the different things we wrote, the different ways we eat Oreos, why we did this or that. And hopefully this helps kind of solidify that step 1, 2, and 3, that first, then last, as opposed to just drawing of them eating an Oreo, something like that. Thank you.